Alright. Ready to go with... Move this over here a bit. Ready to session 3 of the Shapeshifting Detective. As with Super Seducer 2, and just sit on the sofa, just use a mouse. There's very simple controls in this game. And resume.
You're listening to Radio August, Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
The Bag Lady by David F. Schultz, read by Venomous Platypus.
Is it Violet? Do you think Oscar killed Dorota?
Vicar's son. No, as far as I can tell, Oscar is a good boy. But we've all got different faces now, haven't we, Sam?
Different faces?
The masks we wear. I could be a satanic cultist behind closed doors, but you'd never know. Would you, Sam?
Dimly lit in blue, through the tall glass windows that...
Tell me about the Ouija board.
It's Lexi's. I like to think it works the way most metaphysical things work. Through energy.
Energy?
Everything is energy. You, me, that chair. If you focus hard enough on something, you attract energy. Like an electrical current that connects A to B and lights up a bulb.
Hair with seaweed and tentacles, each topped with an eyeball.
Rain doesn't have anything to say.
Some deep sea horror, ringed with roll.
Hi Sam, back for more already?
Lots of questions here. Did you know Dorota's boyfriend?
No, I think Bronwyn met him though.
What for?
You'd have to ask her, or him. It's not my place to say.
Tell me about your Ouija board.
Oh, it's just your run-of-the-mill spirit communication device. Want to know how it works?
Let's hear it.
Cool, okay. So Ouija boards send us messages from the spirit world, right? But where is the spirit world? I mean, there's planets and stars and space. The spirit world must be really far away beyond all that.
Go on.
We're so far to travel, messages from the spirit world must take ages to get here. Like how light from the sun takes 8 minutes or something to reach us. You still with me?
Yes, but I'm wishing I wasn't.
Ah, you're sweet. Where was I? Oh, so here's my point. The spirit world is actually several hours ahead of us. That's how we get messages about things that haven't happened yet. That's how we got Dorota's name. Because in the spirit world, she was already dead.
Wow.
I know, mind-blowing.
Tell me about the Traveller.
Traveller? That's a really old role-playing game, isn't it?
Bluff.
Oh, did he now? Well then, you know what I know. I guess you must be a part of our inner circle. How does it feel?
Feels good.
Cheeky? Are you flirting with me? God, I'm such a bad judge of character. Just ignore me. I didn't. How did you find out? Am I in trouble?
Yes, it's obstruction of justice.
It was only a little white lie, nothing else. It wasn't even that much of a lie. We're both here, in the guest house. We just happened to be in different rooms.
Got any proof?
If I had proof, Ron wouldn't have made this all up. I'm sorry, Sam, I really am. I know how this must look, but I couldn't kill anything, honest.
A corporeal phantasm of nightmares, fraying at the edges. The bag lady. Without the capacity.
It's 7 o'clock, and here's the latest August update. Chief DuPont of August Police is urging residents to be vigilant tonight following the brutal murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Whilst he stresses there is no immediate threat to the community at large, residents should be on the lookout until the killer is in police custody. Miss Shaw was found strangled in her bedroom home last night. Poe, I heard she was found by her mother.
Truly awful. Mother caught me up to all sorts of mischief in my bedroom. Also in the news, emergency services were called to the crossroads at Grange Avenue and Church Street following a collision between two cars. There are no reports of any serious injuries, but you might want to take a different route for now.
Oh no. It's going to be one of those nights, Poe.
Stay with me, doll. I'll keep you safe.
I'm not going anywhere. That's 7 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Or so I can go to the next chapter from here. Or keep investigating.
To observe for the bag lady, to do its bidding. It would eat me if I refused. Perhaps starting with my brain, though it hadn't yet decided.
If you have anything else on Zach Weston, let me know.
Zach was taking boudoir photos of Dorota.
And I'm all for a good boudoir picture, but who are they for? There's definitely a strong connection between those two there.
Maybe they were for Oscar.
Perhaps go and ask him about it?
Not this one, the worm had to be told, but
Did you know Zach?
No? Who's that?
He's a photographer.
Never heard of him.
Did Dorota show you her boudoir photos?
Her what? Boudoir photos? She sent some private photos to me by phone. Do you mean them? Yeah, I'll put them in an album for you. No.
Oh.
old appearing.
Is it
The worm probed.
Sorry, we're closed. Come back tomorrow or make an appointment online.
You're closed? Are you Zach?
Yes. What do you want? I already told the police she did all those things of her own accord. I didn't force her to do anything.
Dorota Shaw?
Oh! Dorota Shaw. Sorry. I'm afraid I didn't know her that well.
So I can say you photographed your friends with Violet. And where were you last night? You photographed Dorota?
For the August Chronicle, she won some sort of award. I remember her cello. It kept reflecting the flash and ruining the shot.
Did she come to the studio?
No, I went to her house, along with the reporter. It's better with these human interest stories to capture them in a natural habitat. Nisha was a reporter. She can confirm all this.
Was that the only time you met Dorota?
No, actually, I've been running a special off on portraits since she came in for a studio session. Wait there. As you can see, there's photos here. Her on the cello. Now this one's in colour. Beautiful hair. Now, legs wrapped around. Another one here. Oh, hang on. Do you see what I see?
supposed to be seeing? What do you see?
Nothing. She's just a very attractive girl. That's all.
You're friends with Violet?
Friends? Yes. I know Violet very well.
How well?
Violet takes it very well, actually. I like him like that. With a frosty exterior comes a soft, warm center.
Sleeping?
I'm sorry, my analogy wasn't explicit enough for you. Yes, we have sex.
Where were you last night?
Here. I'm usually here most nights.
Working late?
I live here, detective. Long story short, I'm divorced. My wife bought the house, my business is all I have left. What do you mean? I don't think I like what you're implying, detective. Is that all?
Leave.
A lot of people wanted Zoe dead. I did them a favor, and I got a meeting with you. The girl draws her robes tightly, steps off the dais, and moves slowly towards Lung. And what did you want exactly? Lung steps backwards in rhythm with the girl. I'm dying. I don't want to die. You said you could grant me eternal life. The girl snarls at him. I did. That was before I knew you were a killer. Her pace quickens. Cough. Cough. Coughing more blood. Lung swipes with his sleeves and stands his ground. Then you can go back to hell, or wherever it is you came from. Bang! 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 The bullets rip holes through her chest, and blood arcs ferociously from the wounds. She staggers with each impact, then begins to sprint at Lung. What the fuck? Lung crosses his arms to shield himself as the girl leaps onto him, crashing him backwards onto the grassy floor. Thud! Crunch! His head hits the angled stone with such force his eyes bulge. Blood pools behind him and in his mouth. You're mine now, the girl says, and reaches her hand into his chest, grabbing for something or letting something go. It only takes a second. A transfer of energy takes place that can only truly be visualized by travelers from a faraway dimension. Lung's eyes roll into the back of his skull. He stops moving. The stream flows smoothly in the distance. The girl reaches for some...
Zach was in his studio last night.
Yeah, that's what he says, but no one can back him up. He's on my radar now.
Motive?
I think you're supposed to tell me that. If he was taking photos of Dorota, maybe he fell for her? And the feeling wasn't mutual. Artists have muses, apparently. Wish I had one. Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. Zach says he's sleeping with Violet, which I doubt. Zach did other photo sessions with Dorota. Boudoir. I wonder what else he's not telling us. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. Bronwyn and Lexi lied about being together last night. You're still following up Birmingham. Keep me posted. Yeah, you mentioned the word traveller to me, but he's nothing. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
That's it.
Clutching his spare magazine. Need to count the bullets. 9.
Back to the
Just 9.
distance.
8 for Emma, and 1 for me. I kiss each bullet for luck as I reload them. Rising to my feet, I slide the magazine in.
Maybe I now shapeshift into Zach.
I'm Zach Weston. Just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
On car park from the outside world. And with my back.
Zach! What are you doing here? Quick, don't let anyone see you.
Why don't you want anyone to see me? Everyone's talking about Dorota. Are you happy Dorota's dead?
Ah.
I know. But I suppose people like that attract trouble.
People like what? Is that why you killed her? People like what?
Homewreckers. Anyway, I hope you didn't just come here to talk about Dorota.
Why don't you want anyone to see me? Are you happy Dorota's dead?
I didn't say that. But we both know what Dorota was like. She practically threw herself at you.
She didn't throw herself at me. Why'd you think that?
The boudoir sessions. Some girls get the wrong idea. I saw how she was looking at you. She wanted it.
You were there. You saw the photos.
I've seen all your photos, Zach. All of them.
Why don't you want anyone to see me?
What? You're the one who said we shouldn't be seen together. What are you doing here?
I wanted to make sure we were still okay.
What did you do? What did you say to Sam?
Leave.
And howls. Eyes locked. Her skull. Spraying crimson,
I
she
guess that
spills
doesn't work.
backward onto.
Zach, let me stop you there. You are one creepy fellow. Now, I don't know what you had going on with Dorota, but I don't want anything to do with it. Do not come back here. Please.
Until Emma slowly rises. And nightmares.
With Poe and Monroe. So we've just had a dream come in from Lena. Well, if I'm honest, Lena, it sounds a bit of a nightmare.
Nightmare.
Chief's not there.
Says,
Oscar's not there.
it's my house, and I'm discovering lots of empty rooms I'd forgotten I had. Every time I find a new room, there's another room leading off it. But then
Now I shapeshift to Oscar.
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
Different rooms, different
Violet's not there.
of her life. They're all perhaps different aspects of her life.
Nobody's there.
All these different parts have issues or unresolved issues that been repaired. So I think perhaps she's experiencing issues in different aspects.
Hello, I'm Rain.
Shapeshift to Rain.
sense of self. So then the rooms, they represent...
You have a lovely guest house.
It is quaint, isn't it? It's all my parents had when they died. We're literally sitting in my inheritance.
How did your parents...
Father died first. Heart attack. They found him in the freezer when Mother died. She had a pulmonary embolism. I didn't really talk to them much.
Freezer?
Yes, she kept him in the chest freezer because she didn't want to be alone. stored him perfectly. Still use it today.
That's weird.
Now, I crawl out of Jimmy's upside-down Toyota, clutching his... Count the bullets.
Roman's not there.
9.
Lexi's not there.
For Emma, and 1 for me. I kiss each bullet for luck as I read.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Strewn on its side, engine crushed against the concrete wall. Shaped than he is. I limp past the wreck. Top, a reinforced steel wall now separates the left. And with my back against it, I may have time to take off.
I think probably I'll return to Sam.
Out his spine like an afterthought. I grabbed his gun and...
Let's talk about Zach again.
Do we really have to?
He says you're in a relationship.
Is that what he calls it? I'm not sure what we have, Sam, and I'm not sure how much longer we're going to have it.
Trouble in paradise.
Being with Zach is no paradise, I can tell you. It's like his reproductive genes rule every decision he makes. I just want someone who will hold the door open for me, bring me tea in bed.
Oh, something different. What the?
Way around wrecked cars, drawing even closer. My first shot goes wide.
Sam, look, I can't talk right now. I'm doing phone readings. Gotta pay for a job somehow. Lexi's locked in until 8 too. I can sort you out afterwards, yeah?
The 4th hits a square in the chest. I put another there, and another. The 7th.
Do you know Zach?
I met him yesterday, doing the rounds, looking for reading work. Actually, oh no. He did mention the rota.
What about the rota?
He said there was this girl he was planning to meet up with. Said she was alone every Monday night because her parents go to the cinema. Do you know what that means? It was the rota Shore.
So Birmingham.
Fine, Sam. Birmingham. Mercury took us to Birmingham. We didn't know what for. We never really know what for. But we turned up. It started with a girl, Ginny. She was South African. I only mention it because that was its thing.
Its thing?
Yeah. We didn't know at the time, but in hindsight, it was after South African girls. 3 to be exact. The Traveller wanted 3.
Why did the Traveller want 3 victims?
You should ask Bronwyn. She's the one that knows about rights. I just know it normally involves 3, and all 3 share a common attribute.
Tell me about the Travellers.
I guess you might call them demons, in as much as they can get inside us. They come from other worlds.
Why demons?
Some religions talk of demons, but they don't actually exist. Travellers can get inside us and make it look like we're possessed, hence the demons.
Travellers can inhabit us?
Yes, disturbingly. It's actually a lot more complicated than that. They choose a reality/universe where they actually evolve to become the person they're possessing. So they jump in a few million years before our timelines intersect.
In simple terms,
They can't just jump into someone. It takes a few hours for that. They make the decision before they travel, which is why we can catch them.
so do you think the murderer is a traveller?
Yes, probably. The tarot doesn't just sat-nav us to normal murders.
Think of being somewhere else and you're there.
Sure.
We've got to stop meeting like this. Seriously though, Sam, I'm working. Can't it wait? Just give me to 8, okay?
She's gone, listeners. It's amazing. It's 8 o'clock and time for another August update. Police investigating the death of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw have said there's no evidence to connect her boyfriend to the murder. Chief DuPont's statement was delivered in response to speculation from local residents that it was a crime of passion. Miss Shaw's strangled body was found by her mother around 10 p.m. last night in what the chief is calling a puzzling crime.
I can't believe people are gossiping already, Poe.
It's always the person closest to the victim, isn't that what they say?
But that poor boy. A reminder also that due to the murder, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced soon. The weather's getting worse tonight with heavy rain forecast. So if you're heading out, you might want to take a jacket.
Heavy rain
or a
forecast
cap.
later?
Or wear the jacket in the cab. That's 8 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
So, I can keep investigating, or next chapter?
Sam, I've got news. We've done a reading.
It's the 5 of Swords. That's the same card as yesterday.
Let's hope it's not the Knight of Wands. This doesn't look good.
It's fine. This happens all the time. There are 78 cards in a deck. The same ones come up a lot.
I get it, but we drew the exact same cards yesterday. What are the odds of pulling all 3 again?
1 in 474,552. I know, I get asked a lot.
Bet it's a 10 of Swords.
10 of Swords.
It's happening again. There's going to be another murder. Then Lexi did her thing, and now we have a name. Alice Munro.
A circular face, and what looks like could have perhaps been
Alice.
maybe a shiny metal. And
Why do you think it's...
Sam, do me a favour, go easy on Violet. If we need to get anything out of her, let me deal with it. She'll open up to me.
This part of the world as well, do you remember?
Is it Alice?
You must be Sam. I just got off the phone with Chief DuPont. I can't believe it. First Dorota, now me.
Did you know Dorota?
Yes. We were friends. I hadn't known her for long, only a few weeks.
How did you meet her?
We met at the gala. I was hosting and she was playing the cello, you know? I guess we talked for a little while and then she asked me for a drink after the show.
What happened after?
After we'd had a few drinks, she invited me back to her house. I thought we were just gonna chat, watch a movie, that sort of thing. Then she kissed me. I was so shocked. She was so attractive. So I kissed her back.
You and Dorota are a relationship?
This is just between us, right?
Yes.
We fooled around. I don't have many friends, Sam. Everyone thinks because I'm on the radio, I have tons of friends, so nobody ever approaches me. I get lonely. But Dorota was my friend, and I liked making her happy.
Fooled around.
I'm not going into detail, Sam. We pledged each other. Multiple times.
You know Dorota had a boyfriend?
Oscar. Yeah. She was a bit confused. When we started seeing each other, she didn't like him touching her anymore. I didn't mind. But she did. So I told her if he wanted to get sexual, then maybe she should try something else.
Something else?
I said some guys like to watch. So tell him it would be sexy if he could look but he couldn't touch. As far as I know, it worked.
We think the murderer watched her in the same way.
The killer was in her wardrobe? What? Well, then it had to be Oscar. He's the only one it could be.
Oscar was playing football last night.
That doesn't make any sense. Then she was seeing someone else? No. Someone she knew. Knew she'd be alone? A stalker?
Did Oscar know about you?
I don't think so. We were very discreet. It was more fun that way.
Tell me about Poe.
We're co-hosts on the radio. Oh, sorry. You know that already. We've been partners for 2 years now. He's a good friend.
Where do I find him?
He's on air at the moment, but he'll be finished at 8:30. Poe's not a killer, Sam. He's married with kids. He's a lovely guy.
Do you know Zach?
Not very well. He's done a few shoots of me and Poe to promote the show.
So what do you think of him?
He's fine. He keeps asking me to pose for him, you know, without any clothes on. I always say no.
Any idea who might want to hurt you?
No. Sorry. I did have a strange dream last night, though. I was a Hollywood actress, and there were hundreds of magazines and newspapers all piling up on the red carpet, and they all had my picture on the front cover. But the red carpet wasn't carpet. It was a pool of blood, and it seeped through all the pages. Then I woke up. What do you think that means, Sam?
It means you're anxious about something. It means you hit a deep sleep phase. Don't know. It's supposed to be a detective, not a dream analyst.
REM sleep. So, you don't think dreams mean anything? Everyone has meaningful dreams, Sam. Everyone.
I will protect you, or what do you want me to do?
Just don't hurt me. Or let me get hurt. Sam, you forgot your phone.
These ones have an inverted full crown, which gives a ghastly sound. We're not going to reproduce that here now. It's like a bell ringing in reverse. The purpose of most spirit chimes is to keep spirits away, as you might know. However, these ones are to invite spirits in.
Oh.
So we'll be talking to the guy on the radio at some point. But that's the end of session 3. Thanks for watching. See you next time.